Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. I am Brendan Farrell. This is the Red Horde, and we're here today to to watch along with the Wrexham crowd here against Ipswich, in Ipswich. Shaun will be joining us momentarily. Nice to see everyone in there. John, Dave. Gonna need all the Daves. I like that. Gamer World, Jack, Deandra, of course. Yes, glad to see everyone. Jack was in earlier. I think he's be back shortly. Did you guys see this lineup that we have? This is crazy. I haven't seen this lineup in quite a while. I don't want to steal too much from Shaun. I'm going to put up a pic from Welsh Techie, who appears to have traveled to the game. Pretty cool picture of, I'm guessing, a board down there in Ipswich showing all the teams in the championship this year. Let me see. I'm going to flip around. I can't wait. I want to talk about this lineup. One moment. Yeah, so check this out if you haven't seen it already. Arthur and Net, but Cleworth, Hyam, Scar on the back. Doyle is on the bench, but that seems to be our grouping right now on the back line. Longman on one wing, Sheaf, Dobson, and Thompson in the middle. It's kind of not what I was expecting, I guess. And then McLean in. So instead of bouncing Longman across to the other side and putting Barney in, they're going Longman and McLean, which is another interesting one. And then Windass and no more. We have Smith in as our target man. So at least from the Windass Smith perspective, kind of excited to see two very active players who can handle the ball at their feet, trying to run in behind. So some of those balls that Moore gets as a lead out that he can't finish on really because he can't outrun or outmaneuver the defense, you'll have two guys out there that have that potential. So between the two of them, I think there's going to be some opportunities that we wouldn't have with Moore. Obviously, we lose a bunch with Moore as well, and then the Dobson and Thompson being in there is interesting to me. But on the bench, Burton, Doyle, Cody, Barnett, James, O'Brien, Ashfield, Broadhead, and Hardy. So a bunch of interesting stuff on the bench as well, right? All the talk about Cody and everything, and I think Wolverhampton wants to convince him to be a coach for them or something. So interesting that he's in the lineup back there at defense. Ashfield in the lineup is another interesting one. Yeah, so good stuff today. I wouldn't mind seeing Ashfield hit the field. I'm not thinking if he's coming on, we're in trouble. I'm thinking, well, I don't think they're looking to find ways to get him on, but I'd be excited to see him play. So, yeah, I see everyone jumping in. Yeah, Deandra's, why is McLean in there? Yeah, what is everyone injured? Exactly. Like, that wasn't just one surprise, it's a bunch of surprise. I know you're getting to see Hardy on the bench finally. We have so many strikers, and now with Moore down, Hardy's at least on the bench, right? Good to see Smith starting, though. I think he works his tail off. He'll do fine up there. But seems like we're largely going defensive. I don't know what you guys think. Just bouncing around. Shaun's going to be in a minute, and then I'm going to have to get him in. One moment. He's in my ear telling me 2 minutes. Get out of my ear. Yeah, Deanne, do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game? I didn't look at how much they typically score, so I didn't get the impression that they were racking up the goals. We bounce over to their team and what their goals and goal difference is. Ipswich's goal difference. Yikes! Plus 10. Okay, so obviously I'm not paying attention. Plus 10 is pretty good. So they don't seem to have a problem outscoring people. They're only at 23 points, and we're at 21 points. So conceivably, we can jump them with a win here today. Just about everyone ahead of us, if you guys haven't seen, lost. Preston, who was ahead of us, lost Friday. Coventry did win, but West Brom lost. So now we kind of edge ahead of them today, I guess. Bristol City did win, but Charlton lost. And I think there might have been someone else in there. No, I think that's it. So we have opportunity today, like, to gain ground. Usually today's one of those weird days where there's not a lot of people in that top 10, top 11, top 12 that are playing against each other. Usually when that's happening, you're like, okay, someone's dropping points. There's no way this isn't positive. What you don't want is everyone in the top 10 playing teams outside the top 10. They're all able to win and still keep us at arm's length. So today is an opportunity for us to gain ground, try to get up, nudge closer to the playoffs. I know sitting back at 14, the playoffs seems like a long way away, but points-wise, we're Ipswich, I think, started the day were they in 7th to start the day? Maybe they were in 8th the whole time, but they're only 2 points off, and we can jump them today in points. So we can take, I think, a big step closer to playoff potential today, which I'm quite excited about. What else do we have going on? Yes, so the Bristol-Swansea game was 3-0. Charlton lost, got mollywopped 5-1. So if you were watching the Coventry-West Brom game, West Brom was up 2-1. I don't know how deep into the game it was. I'm not sure if it was in the second half. And then they gave up 3 to Coventry and got a red card. They just absolutely unraveled there. I don't know how I feel. Like Coventry's quite a ways out. I don't know that I need to root for them to lose games. Someone's got to win. There's 2 automatics and a playoff. So Coventry can just keep thumping everyone for all I care. Deandra's chatting up a storm today. Sean's telling me he's ready in the background here. Give me a second. Oops. Trying to hide the all of that. Mm-hmm. There he is.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. Shaun Drive and Brendan already let us off, and thank you so much for filling in as I try to defeat the battles of grogginess. I was going to say grog, and then I was like, that'll sound like I've been drinking. Not drinking. But we're back and we're positive, right? Because everything's good. And since I think we've done this whole positive thing, they've gone on that bit of a run. I don't know if everybody looked at the description down below, but as you kind of look to remedy or look to assess where we're at, it was interesting looking at the snapshots of the 5, and the 5. 1, 3, and 1. 1 win, 3 losses, or in the 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in the first 5. 1 win, 1 loss, and 3 draws in the next 5, and then they've gone 3-0 and 2 since. So we're we're on the up and up, and you've hit all the stuff up with the stats and sort of where we're at in the standings. The way I look at this is leapfrog day. We're not going to get into the top 6 by any stretch of the imagination, but we've already got, I mean, Ipswich has a game in hand and they're sitting at 23. So we'd be able to jump them with a win potentially. But you've got Millwall, we know what they're about. We obviously Coventry, Middlesbrough, Stoke up at the top. We know what they're about. We've got Bristol City, Preston, Hull City coming. This puts us in the run, right? We get in this and we can start really talking about legitimate chance of getting there. There's so many teams that are all bubbled around us, right? Like this league is nuts for that. Is on any given Saturday, it can turn into a bit of chaos. So I'm stoked, I guess you could say, for this one. Where do I go from here? Have I looked at the stats? Have I looked at really anything? Not substantively. You guys will have to let me know. I've set this up so that I can pick all the audio up, so I'm hoping everything all works technologically. The lineups, have you done the comparison of what they've got and
I didn't go at their lineup. So
yeah, let's bring that up momentarily. I mean, they've got a two-headed sword. You look at, or three-headed sword, I guess. Dragon. You look at their scoring: 6 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals, and then it's a drop off to their midfielder and defenders who are chipping in from set pieces and stuff like that. So you got Badache, and he's sorry, Philogene, and number 11. So he's in the lineup today. You've got Jack Clark, 24-year-old, 2 young guys, 23, 24, and a 26-year-old Scotsman, Clark and Hurst. And that's let me just go through this. Do I see a Clark and do I see a Hurst? I don't. And people have to identify. Jack Clark has started every game, and I don't know if he's sitting as a substitute. So that's 6 that come off the bench. But notably, he usually comes in as a super sub. 6 starts out of the 14 games, but he's potted 6 goals. And then you've got Hurst as well, and I don't see him in the lineup. So they may be dealing with some stuff despite the break. Hurst is on the sub bench as well. So that's interesting to me. I think this is a game that if we're going to want to get into this one, we need a lead in advance because they've got weapons on their bench that can put in goals at the end. This is probably going to be a slugfest throughout and otherwise. For us, you were talking just momentarily about Ashfield drawing in. I love that kid, and we've loved him since you and I saw him together in Vancouver. He's just another level there, right? I think
Parky's also helping him out by putting him on the bench with his opportunity to potentially get on the under-21 team. So, yeah,
he's one of those guys who his read of the play around him is never flawed, right? Yes, he's a battler. Yes, he makes good tackles, but it's his ability to read and react to things that are going on in the midfield, both in control of the ball to try to escape from pressure and also to be able to intercept passes through to be in the right place that keeps him in good stead. And so I'm comfortable with him being where he's at. And I don't know about whether you talked about this or not, their possession record. 56.6% puts them second overall, just behind Southampton. So that's a team that, does that mean they're set up perfectly for us? We're going to have to be efficient. We're going to see center back kick about. We're going to see a methodical build up, and we're going to have to find ways to counter that. And may the odds be ever in our favor, I suppose, is the lineup. As far as goalkeeping goes, they're not bad. Middle of the pack, 69.6%. Interestingly enough, we're into the 70s for the first time on the back of Ogonkwo, who's been on absolute fire. Clean sheets all over the place, goalie of the week, and all that sort of fun stuff. So, look, I just want to, let's get 3 points and let's dive into this thing and take it down. And then I don't have anything to worry about for the rest of the week. And away we go. That's sort of where I'm at. Everybody checking in. John Lane's there. Drooling Dragon. We haven't talked score predictions. Do you have thoughts in that regard? I mean, they certainly know how to score, and they've got weapons off the bench late. Have you had any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this lineup just seems really different to me. I don't know. It could spark something, Wrexham's lineup, but it's got me a little bit worried. I'd love a 1-1-2-2, like Deandra's saying. This is the hardest game I think we're going to face in a little bit, right? Like going all the way to Ipswich. Granted, I understand we took a plane there, right? So it wasn't as burdensome on the players, but still, this feels like it's probably going to be the toughest one for a little bit. And,
well, and you're facing a team that holds the ball, and you're facing a team that scores. I mean, they played one last game, and they're sitting at 26 goals, which other than Coventry City lighting everybody up puts them second in the league. They score goals. Their defense is not bad. Their keeping is okay. There's opportunities. Would we be happy with a 1-1 draw?
Obviously everyone's excited and we're pushing forward and we have a great opportunity today. So if you want to go get a tough one, today's the day you want to make that happen. But
we've got to make up for some points too that we've dropped, right? The draw with Sheffield Wednesday.
I've said it time and time again. The games that we're not expected to win are the ones we go out and squeak out somehow. And the games that we should, walk them. And we let the team stay in the game and then end up drawing or something late, So, this is one where, it seems like we could sneak it, and that would be great.
I want to be the bastion of positivity, but I think this is probably going to be a 1-1 draw, and I think it'll be us scoring before 60 minutes and them finding something late, and then both teams just taking a swing at each other after that. So, they've got too much quality and especially on the bench, that if we don't take advantage of things early, I think it's going to be a bit messy come the end of the game. So who knows with the whole score prediction? Obviously, I'm not a master of it by any stretch of the imagination. I should.
As is your last place in our prediction league.
Well, yeah, and you can certainly hold that against me because I haven't been putting anything in because just too much going on. My word. What was I saying here? The other thing that I put out, everybody's sort of aware that my Munchkin is been doing commercials. If you're down in the US, you may have unintendedly already saw him. But I'm going to post the link just so anybody who's interested who wants to see his do that. So let me post that. I've got to go to where did I put the red horse?
The Dave's lining up. That's a good sign.
It is a good sign. Here, I'll post this. My kid's first commercial. You can bounce over there to YouTube and then come back and hit the like button after that over on this one. Like button, always welcome and much appreciated to let everybody know that we're here. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, it is the positivity train. And then tomorrow you guys are on with a big one, right? The return to the Rock.
Yes.
It's damn. That's the only downside about this being an away game is now that all the word is on the street that everybody's or that work is going on at the cop end. I want to see it every week, and I guess you could get the drone videos that are out there on the internet, but I want to be able to see them all the time. I'm just gonna have one quick look here because I haven't done it yet at the back-to-back. So, what's your talk?
We're away at NFA. We're not at home for NFA tomorrow.
We're way up north, right? On the west coast or close enough to it. What's your take of the combination in the middle with Thomas and Sheaf and Dobson? You've talked about Smith being up there. Chaim, Scar, Clueth in the back. I've got a couple questions about the lineup in the sense that
I think he did a defensive lineup, right? Because they're so good offensively, we sit there, and if you are going to counter, truthfully, you're better off with having Smith instead of Moore because you need someone who can carry the ball great distances. You know what I mean? Like on a breakout, and Smith would be far better at that. Too many times we've hit Moore all by himself, and there's no one on the television screen, and the defender comes flying back and stops him before he even gets a shot off. So, yeah, I would in this type of counter game where that's what we're looking to score. You want two guys that can run. Hardy out there would also be very useful,
I'm
and I
just
think the
looking at
rest of the
just
guys
ball
they're just
distribution
packing in.
afterwards. I just look at ball distribution after being able to nick the ball. I mean, if you're going to have our three defensive, I mean, Thomason, I guess, can give you something up front. But if you're going to have those three set up, I'm just concerned that have they any chance of connecting with Sam Smith and win us up front? And I don't know if they do. I also don't. I'll admit, defense or otherwise, I don't like Longman on the right and McLean on the left. I appreciate that. Given injury, there'd be the only stuff that could come in really would be Barney on the right hand side. So maybe you want to have McLean just to run out minutes. Longman's going to be on for the whole game and he'll swap sides to McLean in, right? That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather have the two of them and see if they could run the whole game. And if McLean has to come in a defensive capacity late in the game, he can do so. The problem is if you're chasing a goal, I don't think he's the preferred option. I'm not saying he's deficient. I'm just saying he's not probably the preferred option.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. I'm a huge Barney fan, so having to pick between him and McLean, but you're obviously getting two different things there, right? And McLean's obviously more defensive minded. Getting him out there, you're thinking that he's not going to let us start flat, right? So we'll see. Having Barney come on too with his speed as it is already, like he should make an impact if he does come on. So.
Just a question for you. You referenced Preston North End yesterday. Did you watch that game?
Well, what was about the Preston game, did you say?
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately.
I watched it yesterday, and that was Sean is monetizing his whole family. He's paid for his tuition for university. And Sarah Foster jumped in and gets immediately banned with on the all caps. So sorry about that. It was a fascinating game to watch. It was probably the first time where I've seen a game like that where there were some crazy, every single player, I swear, had crazy moments of brilliance. Divine a little bit more consistent than that. But amazing moments of brilliance, and then moments where they looked like a U18 team and just couldn't connect on something. Something a bit underwater. You'll have to tell me if I'm coming through clear on your end.
It's really hard to hear you. Yeah, it sounds like you got a mile away from the mic a few minutes ago.
Well, I can move it closer. But that's weird. It picks up relatively good from there. That would suck because I don't have another option to fix that. Let me just check something on my end. Go ahead and cover for me for 2 minutes.
Yeah, John Lane's talking about Fletcher training Ollie to receive the ball from Barney. That's really interesting. I didn't hear that. So, hello, Michelle.
Oh, hold on.
What else do I got here? I'm going to flip through a couple other pictures. How much time we got? We have 5 minutes per game.
I think I'm probably
yes,
much
you
better
are.
now. Thanks for correcting that. I had a setting malfunction. It wasn't location. It was using a cheap microphone that was set up to the camera and not the actual microphone that I have here. Ipswich Town. Man, like the roof on that looks like it's 150 years old. I shouldn't be knocking stadiums when we're undergoing a rebuild at ours, but I mean, the old girl has seen some things.
Yeah, Welsh Techie. I'm putting up Welsh Techie's panoramic from the stadium. I love when he gets us some good picks because you and me about stadiums. So,
have you gone through Andy's graphics at all? Especially like the point.
Yeah. Let me quickly bounce to that.
I'll have to go back to the YouTube here so I can have a look at it. But Andy, and I don't know if you're here, massive appreciation for these sorts of things because this is where you get into the nitty gritty of stuff, and it's kind of cool to look at stuff. The only thing, and I was going to do the math myself before we got onto this, but if there's an opportunity to add the points per game by section, because our points per game has gone up. I wouldn't say exponentially, but at least significantly. And it'd be amazing to be able to break that down. And I've got to go live here so that I can see exactly where we're at. And because he has the one graphic. I mean, here you can see we're at 1.40, and to get into it, you need 1.67. We've covered 1.67 in our last 6 games easy, right? And so if we're able to continue going through at that sort of tick, you'd like to, you would, well, we'll slowly pull people in. But if you set the standard of, 1 2/3 points is what you need as you go through it, it lets you look at your win-loss and recent form as to what you need to get to sort of hold on to that as the bar. And he has a historical assessment that goes through like the last 4 or 5 years of the points per match that gets you into the playoffs. And it's pretty consistent. There's, it doesn't deviate that much from the 1 2/3. So we've crushed it recently. 3 wins, 2 draws. We're well over 2, and that, if we didn't have the start of the season, would put us closer to the top of the table. Like we'd be 2nd, 3rd, 4th. But as it sits, we've got room to make up, and this is where we make hay on a go forward. So much appreciation, Andy, for having a look at these, and I want to be a little bit more attentive to this. You'd think with the international break I'd have that opportunity, but no, been running around doing other things. So got Mark Griffiths lining up, players making their way out. You guys will have to let me know where you're watching from. We're always looking to add more people and from more countries. There's sort of the lineup, obviously, as far as matches, and Andy puts the nice set as to their run-in into the game, their matches with us, where they sit with their points. Iron City Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United. There's lots of stuff to get on there. And we've hit Spanish TikTok. That's Deandra. But I saw Vamos come dropping in. Everybody's doing their thing.
Buenos Aires. Nice.
Well, that's John saying our recent form roster looks quite different from today. And it does. The thing is I can't look at it and say I'm necessarily disgusted by it. I mean, I would run O'Brien out in every circumstance at the start of the game. That's just me. And yes, he's had some crappers, but it is what it is. Kabore sucks that he got hurt. And I think the conversation that we've had about him is he's got an exceptionally high ceiling, but he's also got some challenges, I guess you could say, in reaching that ceiling. And you can see that within the first 10 minutes, if he's a little disenchanted with the game or not connected, that you'd like to be able to take him out. If Parkey was comfortable with early window subs, I'd put him out early, let him run for 20-25, and even pull him out in the first bit. But he's injured, so you never want to see an injury. But I was like, this will give an opportunity for Barney to get in, and then Barney's going to come in as the super sub in this one at the end of the game. I'm sure that's going to be the case. Look, this is going to be a standard Wrexham game, and so we might as well sit back and get comfortable because Ogonko is going to be called upon. The team is going to be looking to shell up in a box, and we're going to be marching forward. The only hope that I got my fingers crossed is as far as their press. I still am not confident that we're dealing with the press as efficiently, as effectively as we should. And so I'm hoping this is a ball possession, but we're able to get the counterattack. If that press is on, I think we're going to be in for a potential frustrating one. And I guess we'll see how it goes. Come on, lads. We are going from right to left on your computer monitor. Ipswich from left to right. We'll have possession first. And if you've been listening at all to the game, my word, the Wrexham away fans have traveled because it was bellowing, echoing Wrexham chatter throughout. So it'll be a good day. We're almost underway, just lining up. We're underway. Back to Clueworth to set things up. Sorry, guys. Back under control is early possession. All that talk about things, and we're going to lump it down the right-hand side. Longman there through the air, headed. Windass trying to gain control, can't, skews out, and that's going to be picked up by Akpom, and he's got a quick first step turn in the corner there. Impressive. Furlong, far right side, midfield, looking for options, and here comes that possession look to build, and at least that gives me an opportunity to make sure I've got everything all set up the way I want to, as we're with O'Shea through the middle, Akpom over to Furlong, and we're starting with the press. O'Shea back to Walton through the middle. Tidy passing to get through until perfect. I got to just say that the whole day as they give it up. And that was going to be Sheaf who collects it, and it's going to be back through Hyam, who's playing left back, Scar in the middle, Clueworth on the right-hand side, which is standard in this formation. Headed around, battle in the middle. I just wanted to see if we're expecting anybody back anytime soon. Nobody really. I mean, Kiefer Moore just doubtful with the hamstring. Kakache doubtful. But other than that, we're not waiting. Brunson January, Rodriguez is in January, Ward's in January. Is a long ball forward missed by Akpom and just easily collected there by Ogonko. Did you see where he was, Brendan?
He was out.
He was way out there collecting that one. Ogonko back, restart. Sam Smith missed that one entirely. Whoopsies. Swing and a miss on the first touch. On the best delivered ball forward that Ogonko's had all season, unfortunately. It goes for naught. Furlong on the push down the right side. Agelli on the right-hand side. Agelli or Agelli? Wow. Lots of space for Furlong as they wrap around into the box, stabbed away only as far as the outside of the box and collected, entered in, collected in the bread basket as that was an opportunistic shot.
That had no chance of going in.
No, I don't think so either. A Norwegian youth international is, and I haven't heard his pronunciation yet, Agelli or Agelli. Oh, missed attack there by Hyam. Agelli. Everything's on the right hand side. Furlong, Agelli, Taylor, back to Furlong. I'm gonna get used to these, or O'Shea. We're dedicated to try and put pressure on Windass all the way up, and it's going to go back to Walton. I am absolutely comfortable with that, and I've been ignoring the chat, so let's bring that one up. CWF, how are you? I haven't heard any rumors from the transfer window, nor have I been looking. I think our budget for spend. Oh, giveaway opportunity. Oh, Windass had that and drove it, but it ended up being blocked by O'Shea, who panicked and came over as Walton just kind of skewed that ball out. Kind of took him off by guard, didn't it? Egley. That's how Mr. Griffiths is saying it. So I'll go with Egley too. He loves to take a crack from anywhere as he tried to take a left shot from 19 yards out. Put into the area, stabbed up, and Ogonko is just going to go and grab and collect that. Long ball, Smith chested down to Windass, who was running in support, bumped on over, Dobson over to right side, Longman standing 22, 23 yards out, first four-way into the box, 2-on-1, so he draws it back to Dobson. We're now going to go back and set it up. Clueworth, all the way back to Scar. Smash that like button. Windass. Imagine growing up with a name like Windass. Clean up at the back. Scar, Clueworth, pushed forward. That's optimistic for me. The giveaway at the end for Sam Smith, maybe not so much, but my biggest concern with the three in the midfield was if they come too far back, is there going to be any opportunity to connect between the back line, them, and moving the ball forward? And although Sam received the ball there and ended up ultimately being tackled away, that wasn't because of distribution issues. So, bastion of positivity, even in the build-up. Thomas in space all the way across the midfield, goes on a 20-yard run, lays up the ball. McLean cuts towards the middle going, "You're going the wrong way." Chief searching, switch is on. Cleworth right-hand side. Dobson to his immediate right. Longman forward. Nowhere really to push it, so he just continues to run it and chips it in himself. It's there. Still loose ball. Scramble. Play difficult to deal with for Walt. Was up there. Got O'Shea coming back. Furlong all the way back from the right-hand side, who had to go over and scramble. They almost collided. Smith is looking to poach. That was a really good ball forward by Cleworth. I can kind of see it, Denise. He had two men looking to fence him off into that corner and no support, so I don't really think he had an option. He sampled the center. It was probably the right play, but it's just frustrating when we want to go forward. Oh, we got a chance. 18-yard box. Longman looking for the cross. Blocked. Did that go out for a throw-in? It did. It went for a corner. Okay, it was a throw-in. Mark said corner, so I was going with him. I should have gone with just looking at the Lionel. Mr. McCreth, how are you? Hope all is well and wonderful in your neck of the woods. Nice to see you again, as we're going to have a throw-in 5 yards away. Drawn back, Longman stabs it forward. This is what, Brendan, you've seen this before. They know what we're going to do, right? There are literally 4 blue jerseys all sitting around our 4 red jerseys, stuck in that area between the goal line and the 18-yard box on the opposite side. As there's the first foul, as Sam Smith a little aggressive, and the tackle there. And this is where the style of play of Kabore gets a little bit of favor, right? He's more than happy to cut through the middle of the pitch. Barney will do the same thing. I'd like to see them open that as an option instead of just looking for the cross, and not get completely.
The problem is they get out there and double team that. There are plenty of teams that get out and have the defenders wide, so you can't even pass to Kabore or Barney or Longman, and they force us to carry it through the middle one-on-one against people, and that's where we're deficient.
What was the point of that kick by Ogonkwo? An absolute laser, probably only 14 feet off the ground. Smith, nothing he can do with that except punch it forward. Ref lets that tackle go, and Longman too heavy on the touch, and it rolls too far. And that was Taylor far over on the left-hand side, who collected, knocked it out, and we'll get a throw-in. A crapshoot of a lineup. We've been talking about it. I'll just call you travel because it's easier. That, defense first. And it feels like this is going to be a goal in the first 60 minutes is going to be massive, because I think both teams are kind of going to go for it a little bit later on. Amos, I don't know what you mean. Can you tell me if the team is much better or 50-50? I don't know with respect to what you're referencing. Their energy levels. The energy levels are there. The press has been on. We've been trying to do things. Ipswich looks very composed with their back line. This Walton character is there's opportunities there for a nick and score, right, from the keeper. He's already smashed one and give it off to Windus. No, I want them to have more possession for the counter, don't I? Do I want to give up the ball? That's we play better when that happens. Pajachi, left-hand side. First time we've kind of gone through the left-hand side, as that's Taylor who's working his way over there. And Matasiwa all the way back, and they're going to reset. Keepra had it, goes back to O'Shea, over to Furlong. That's sort of where I've resigned myself to be, Lee, is happy with a point. But God, can you imagine a win at Ipswich? The thing is and Brendan highlighted this in the pregame is we've got to sort of take some points from teams that we wouldn't expect to get points from, and this is one of those ones. Brendan, I want to go in the first 20. My heart can't wait for 60. But Brendan only lines us up for staring and screaming at our computer monitors for the last 10 minutes. Still just a center back kickabout. And then Brum scored against Norwich, by the way, 1-0. Birmingham. Kipre, left-hand side. Now they've got some openings, and so away they come as Kipre goes on a long 20-yard run, pushes it forward nicely, a long cut-back pass, danger, opportunity, and cleaned up by McLean all the way back in front of goal to head that over top, and Ogonko gives him a high five. I don't know if that would have necessarily hit the man on the far post, but McLean not taking the chances, does the right thing, and you know what? It probably would have. It probably would have, as the jelly was sitting there, posted up. Just go and grab that. Hello, little one. You want to come say hi for a little bit and then go snuggle with Mama?
My leg is hurting.
Your leg is hurting.
Yeah.
We're going to watch a corner kick, okay?
A corner kick.
Great play by Maka. Make me eat my words. Left-footed in swinger, far post, headed back across the dangerous, and Ogonko's got to jump up and knock it back, so it'll be a corner over to the other side. That would be a success. Amos identified no more injuries. The Duke just hasn't had the magic this. It's been a bastion of positivity as work. Duke has not been working. Corner from the left-hand side. In swinger, right footer. It's going to be Badache's taking it. High, looped, far post. Put towards dangerous. Wow, Smith getting up and cleaning that one. The little guy, and there's a hammer shot. It gets drawn wide. We're fortunate that wasn't on target because that was a bullet that came off the foot of O'Shea, and had that been on target, tough save. And I don't think that would have gone in. That's exactly. It's because of me, right, Deandra? I motivated him by saying, I don't know if I like it, that Mac was out on the one.
Pick a winner.
Are we going to win? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
By 1 goal or 2 goals?
Well,
1 goal? Uh-oh, Ipswich all the way forward. That was a funny flop because he lost possession of it and then took the dump. I can't talk to you when I'm talking to my friends.
What? Where are you?
They're in England. Long, scooping, far-looking cross, heavy, and it's all the way over.
I'll read the blue ones or the red ones. Red, yeah.
Santiago, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you again. Did you change your name to with the go because of me? Hey, can you say like and subscribe?
No.
No? You can say like and subscribe.
Bless you.
Ooh, bless you, bless you, bless you. Do you want to go snuggle up to Mom so I can do my thing? Yeah? Okay, close the door for me, please. Love you. Okay, well, I'll find it later after this, okay? Okay, bye. Sam Smith all the way back, collects it, grabs it. Kipre, though, collects, and it's going to be over on the left-hand side. Appreciate. His football season ended because obviously the winter stuff, they don't really play as much over here in Canada. Wow, lots of possession and the corner across. That is an impressive play by Badache. He just beat 2 players, and then the oncoming defender got around him to get that corner. Yikes. Can't have those opportunities coming over as crosses because that's just dangerous. We're looking to try and get Do they have the term coffin corner in soccer? Because that's what that was. Ball trapped there. Smith on a run. He's going to 1-on-5 it. Take him all. Push in the back. Oh, you got to give him that. That wasn't a flop with the ball out of possession. That was a push in the back while on the full run that disrupted him. Come on.
Yeah, that was the demonstration of exactly what I was talking about. Someone who can get the ball and carry it, half the field.
Badache with it. Gorgeous pass all the way out. Man, this guy's slick. Dancing and leaves it right there with the right footer. You can't. Longman is getting absolutely smashed right now by this Badache kid. The pass was gorgeous, and I don't know who delivered that out over to that far wing. But to have that, that's twice now where he's beat Longman. To be fair, he beat Longman and Kluwerth last time. But god damn.
You're already calling for Barney. Good to see.
God damn. Ipswich has won 4 of their last 6 home matches and have lost 1 of their last 29. Wow. 19 wins and 9 draws. And 1 loss. 19, 9, and 1? Holy jumping. I'll take a draw then. There's this kid again. And he'll have a crack. Well done by Kluwer to be able to get his foot on that one and take away that opportunity. But no, they're calling him Jaden, and maybe I'll do that because I'm going to mispronounce his name the entire time. Who is this kid? Philogene Badache. "23-year-old graduate of Aston Villa. Long throw. Headed away. Well done. Thomason got there. Windass is trying to collect it. He signed with Hull City. Then he rejoined Aston Villa for 5 years. Into the box again. Pulled down. Looking back at the official, but nothing in there. And it's going to be a throw-in. And we're under siege. So he signed for Ipswich Town last year, January window, reported to be 20 million plus add-ons. And so he's still with the club after getting brought back down. Holy. Poor pass into the box. Cross into the box, and we're going to end up taking control of that as Ageli just kind of loops it over top of Ogonko. And come on, lads. The first 10, 12 minutes felt comfortable. The last 6, a little bit suspect for me. But the Wrexham fans in full voice. One loss in 29 matches at home. Oh, Akbom with it, moving forward, right-hand side of Jelly, at the corner of the box, looking for a shot, goes far, tried to get it over to Jaden. Brought down, left foot going into the box. Ogonko goes out, gets his hand on it, and punches it away, but I got to collect it and that was a great sliding tackle as Chaim relieving the pressure. The possession is there, but now it's too much into our final third.
It was another good play by Arthur. Good punch away.
Yeah. Right now it's looking like another level, isn't it, though? Like, this is the scary part. The last 10 minutes, it's just looked... Rather than just having nice build-up and, clean touches along the center backs, now they're
putting pressure on, but I don't feel we're scrambly,
Yeah, I look at that shot that came off of was a Jelly's foot. I look at the rescue that had to happen from McLean. Any one of those where there's a blown assignment and that's just easily finding the back of the net. They're just overwhelming with chances. There's a flop. No! What's the difference between that and the Sam Smith pressure on the back? And then I would even say that he went down well post to draw that. Watch the forearm in the back here. What's the difference between that other than the player intentionally going down? Color commentators saying that there was a clip of the heel. I didn't see that on live or on the replay, but
yeah, John.
John, not getting beat. He's getting brought on that side by Jaden. Jelly, good communication as he screams at Thomason to pick him up so he could come back and cover as Ipswich 30 yards out, push right into the box. Akpom, it gets stabbed away there. Was that Hyam or Scar? It looked like Scar, but I heard Hyam. Heavy touch. Windass couldn't gain control, and it's just pushed back to Walton, and away we go. Just on target, Diandra says, can we please have possession for 4 straight passes? Long ball through, nutmeg through Hyam, flops because he can't get around it, and the Ipswich fans go up.
The ball's in someone else's hand, then he dives.
Yeah, I put it through, and then I see the red jersey over there. I'm not going to get possession. Ah! It's okay. Still, the funniest part of my kids' soccer practice is 3 to 5 year olds learning, getting taught how to flop. Mind-boggling. Algonquo. That was always risky. Opportunity there if Windass can get there. Can't, and O'Shea going to lose it. Charles says, Joe is always at the end of something. I've got a feeling he's going to get one. I'm assuming that's Josh Windass. Just had that heavy touch just moments ago. Nice give and go. Davis and Jaden touch, and away they go. Nicked, though, by Longman. Back to Ogonquo. He's going to stop it, collect it, and right foot it, and away we go. Well, Ogonquo was warm anyway. Windass and Smith try to get, they work themselves into a throw-in. Do a thing. Relieve the pressure by control of the ball for a little bit and push this forward. I teach flopping at 2 years, seasoned professionals by 5. Now there is the positivity one, John. Mark my words, will score in the next 3 minutes. Long ball forward by Ipswich. Eaton, well, Ian gets it over Klingworth. We're going to maintain some possession. Windass all the way back to make sure we got control of Longman. Already got 3 men on him. You see that? 3 men sheltered. 1 taking away the center cut and 2 trying to ham him in. We got 3 people ahead of him now, and we're still looking for options. Too many blue jerseys, so the switch is on. No, through the center. The nice way to relieve things. Longman gets a bit of a gap. The bullet. Oof. That was a dangerous one. Was that a shot? Dangerous. Anyway, I love that opportunity from distance. Ask the question of the keeper and their positional play to be able to make the save. And unfortunately for us, Walton was there. But anywhere else for Walton standing and covering that one, and we would have had a problem. And I don't know what that was all about, as Thomason pushed it around a player and couldn't get there. And a giveaway for us. 4 guys in the middle of the box. And Windass is having himself a shitter. That's 3 times in a row he's had a bad first touch. We can't have that. We don't get enough of the ball. And that's not him. And that's not him. Sorry, bastion of positivity. An unfortunate touch, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Gabalock, nice to see you. Right-footed cross, far post. Misses everybody, but lands to the foot of an Ipswich player. Draws it out. Taylor with it. 20 yards out. Dobson on him. Scoops over left-hand side. Davis all the way up there. The left back moved all the way forward. He's got Jaden in relief. Takes him, and it's going to be the center back kickabout. Bring on Brody. Too soon. Too soon. No, I'd like to see Can you put O'Brien up front? I know he's not going to score you any goals, but his measure of control against a team like Ipswich is always an option, I would suggest, especially when you're going to be lumping long balls forward for him to try and collect it, and you want somebody to go on a run potentially. That's going to be a foul. Yeah. Sheaf with the foul in the middle. I'll let you get one touch, maybe two, but I'm not going to let you grab them. Having a shitter instead of missing a sitter.
Is it me or does that guy have an enormous noggin?
I didn't hear that.
Ipswich defender is about to ready to kick the ball.
Well, 25 minutes in. How are we feeling this far in? Is they're about to get restarted, Brendan?
I'm okay. They're a good team. You know, I think we're coming out hard. We're pressing. We're showing energy. You know, a couple of decent touches by Windass, and we would have been quite threatening there. We're not going to get 7 shots on net. We're going to get 3 or 4, and we need to hit them.
So, why not? So far, our XG 0.02, their XG 0.15. So to your point, as much as I've been screaming that they've had opportunities and chances and one extra touch, and that's in the back of the net, it's not going. John says unpleasant, not happy, but way better than I expected when I saw the lineup. There's that positive spin that we're asking for this year. See, and Amos, I don't know what your thoughts are, but as to the weaknesses that AO has had, I think he's addressed. We've always called him a shot stopper, but deficient with both his distribution of the ball and his ability to find some confidence and come out and make takes. He's been doing that well this year. Dobson scoops it out to Longman with a high ball and it's hard to control, so he gets it back.
No, I wouldn't say this whole year, but lately, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, fair. That's a fair comment. I will actually agree with you for once. And God, touching a good.
No, he looks like a different player today. The things that he needs work on, he's demonstrating them today, so that's good.
Well, that's 3 or 4 in a row, isn't it? Games.
Yeah, definitely. But I just mean that he hasn't botched anything. He usually makes one of his. He usually does a
giveaway. Kluworth, hold on, interrupting 18-yard box, and unfortunately for us, we're spelled by a bad touch late, and then there's a foul and a free kick for us on Windass. Who dropped the ball? Was that Akpom who received that right in the middle of the pitch? Yeah. Kluworth got it back and put it right in the middle of the pitch, and Akpom grabbed it, and his first touch let him down. He pulled a Josh Windass today.
Yeah, John's
surprise
saying
delivery of the ball in the middle.
His coming out and punching the ball has been excellent today, and his aggressiveness.
There we go. We're dealing with 2 conflicting stats here. Obviously, we heard theirs: 19 wins, 9 draws, and 1 loss at home, and I believe that's in the championship only. Well, for Parkey, he's 2-0 in his last 2 games away to Ipswich. So 29-game run, 2-game run. This game not televised, is it? Well, I haven't seen these stats popping up on the screen in matches like this. As Hull goes up 1-0 on PPR. Oh. Spun over to Furlong. Possession's got to be starting to get a little bit out of control. 64-36. Did that go out? It did go out. It's going to be a throw-in for us, not able to be maintained there by a zone. I didn't even know that guy was on the pitch. And maybe that's the the best thing I could say from a player who's playing as your furthest player forward as he tries to chase down a long ball there and can't keep that in. Holy. Everybody into the coffin corner. What is the UK term for Like when you take the ball to the corner flag and stuff it into the Cochrane corner and try to lock a team in there, we have to throw it out, and they put like 10 blue jerseys in the area to try and steal a position. Well done by us. Throw it in, maintain it, get it, kick down, battle through the midfield. Problem is we're outnumbered 5 blue jerseys to 2. Can Thomason take that? Can't. Stabbed by Windass. Now he's going to go on a chase to try and get that from O'Shea, who's going to just drop it to Walton. Put the pressure on Josh. I would have just continued to run at him. He's been having bad touches back there, and so there's no reason to hold up.
What a shit header by that guy. Holy
Furlong. Touches in the box, 8-1. "30 minutes." Then they're just talking on the color. I know that you guys have down in the US have Paramount, but they're just talking here about McLean playing much further back because of the absence of pace. And that's their statement, where you miss players like Devore and even Barney out there defensively. Is in that cover is almost playing. We're almost playing as though we got forward back.
Yeah. That's what I expected when I saw McLean out there. We decided to play defensive, especially with Thomason too. Without O'Brien out there and McLean being out there, you're thinking we're playing defensive.
We've got to give credit to Thomason on that one. Had a difficult ball that high and smashed the Ipswich player in the chest and skewed loose. And Thomason back there as cover as that goes all the way back to Walton on a missed opportunity by Windass. You know, early game management, that's been like 3 bad touches and a bad pass by Windass in the first 31 minutes of the game. When you're looking at stuff like that, and this isn't to say Josh is a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's clearly having a bad one. So why not just say, you know what, enough?
Because Broadhead won't run for more than 5 minutes. So, like, you better put Hardy out there then.
Okay.
Unless it's a breakaway, Broadhead ain't moving.
Oh,
so
that was a bad. We'll take it. Free kick for us, but that was a horrible call by the referee. That came in like a wrecking ball, and Sheaf running through the middle and lost his balance, and we're going to get a corner out of it. So let's score one here. Football gods, show us some glory. Oh, throw in. Really? I don't know the physics of that one. Mark saying,
yeah, short corner it. Try to get Windass on the edge of the box. Yeah, they're ready for the short corner without Moore out there.
Coffin corner where stall and overspeed meet. Thrown into Kluworth, and there's a foul the other way. Into the lane. Longman got. That's disappointing. We are Notts County. Off to get caught. We expect a goal. Better be for us as they have the ball. Someone yelled at me about that. You don't have to all the time, just at the right time. Sure, that works for Messi, but not Broadhead. We've got lots of red back on a ball sort of skewed out, got picked up by Ipswich, and Furlong's got it over on the right-hand side, playing catch with Akpom. Right footer looped up over top. Akpom with it, dancing 3 red jerseys, and then the 4th red jersey comes in, and Akpom gets cleared out with nice view over to the right-hand side to find Longman with a pass, bounce top of him, 2 blue jerseys quickly closed.
Yeah, look at how quickly they get 2 out there to bookend the wings. They will not let us cross. Like, that's not – they know the game plan.
It was a gorgeous pass. The challenge with that is he either had to step in to take that on first touch.
Yeah, he had to take that on the fly. He had to one time
take it on the fly. It skips off the ground, difficult to control, and it got 2-3 seconds.
That let them regain their defensive position. He needed to cut in with that, catch it on the fly, and go.
Tries to get it with Kluwer. It gets stabbed out, and so we're going to have another go here. I haven't been convinced, even when Danny was healthy and at the start, that he was the keeper of choice. So now that Ogonko, to me, has played, if Danny Ward comes back, if he's immediately thrown in to the number 1 spot, as it stands right now, based on Ogonko's play, I'd be frustrated. Dobson spinning like a top at the midfield to maintain possession there. When did he become a ball hawk? I am with it. Left hand. McLean is an output. Doesn't like him, so we're going to go backwards through Scar. Are we talking about the different qualities of humor between the UK and North America or Canada? The biggest distinguishing feature, I would say, is Canadians give more credit for witty humor, and they try to come up with like sarcastic stuff that's connected to people and clever. Where the UK is more assertive and everybody's a bellend. Yellow at least. Well, we're lucky it came out immediately. Jesus, Thomason, that was a horrible tackle. And you got the boots up like that. What are we arguing it?
That was a little payback for, if you're not going to call shit on McLean, we're going to hurt somebody.
I guess didn't get boots. Got him with the shin, but still just straight torpedoed through his legs.
Yeah, that was a statement. I'm cool with that.
This coming from a man from Boston definitely makes sense.
It's just introducing himself.
Man, this has been a fast half, 37 minutes. And this is sort of what we kind of predicted, the way that both lineups were out there, is this was going to be both teams going for it, and the last 25, 30 minutes of this game is just going to be nuts. Dave with the exclamation mark Wrexham, triggering the sounds. Oh, Matasiwa, right-hand side, Furlong. Egley. Nothing moving forward. It's all now stuck at midfield up to about 25 yards forward, and they're going to go way backwards to Walton. Oh, pressure on there. Mistake by Matasiwa, had to turn late, goes back to Walton, and the press is on here from Mr. Smith on O'Shea. Got beat on the side, stabbed over, Furlong with it, blocked down, it's going to spin all the way to Walton, and the Ipswich fans are getting nervy. Thomas, it's the bathroom now. Put the coffee down, go to the bathroom, come back. Year 1 was hit the bog and we would score. The next couple seasons was the Took, and now it's just being positive. I don't know what that was from McGalley. He just kind of smashed it into the mob. Oh! O'Shea had to do the diving, sliding tackle to get onto that one and keep it away from Smith, as if that ball was curling around. Gorgeous opportunity. And if it would have got around, would have been in his car keys being talked to by the fourth official. Stay in your box, sir. We are missing Jason. I know he's celebrating Vancouver Rises, the first championship for the Northern Super League, the women. Oh, that's an illegal throw. I was going to say, you're calling a free kick against for what Smith did there? Saw the Eat More Chips flag. And then you have, and I think he was at the PWHL, so he's been busy. Kipre, left-hand side, lots of space. Dobson going up to match him. Here's the danger man, Jaden. Out there with Longman, trying to lay it off. I'll take that as an option. Taylor with it, gets it across, right foot into the box, and Aguilera tried to hold up and frame out the man and let the ball roll past him, take it onto his front foot, facing goal. But it was stabbed away from him last second. Well done. Wow. This kid's next level.
Yeah, Max did pretty nice there.
With the nice take. Ooh, dangerous stab attempt there. No way. Akpom going for the dive. Knew he wasn't going to get to the ball before Ogonkwo, so he spun himself into a circle. It was a dangerous opportunity and a dangerous attempt. Watch a tackle attempt here by Hyman. He takes that stab, and when he misses it, he leaves it for Scar, and they go forward. McLean frames him out, getting to the ball, and he knows he's not getting to it. Like that. That's one of those ones where could you have potentially called a foul if it was an open play outside of the penalty area? Yeah, probably. You could have called that a free kick.
Was that McLean who took him down?
Well, I think he was already got nudged out, and McLean was standing there to frame him out, and he ran into McLean. But to me, it would have been the foul not on McLean, but on Scar with the grab at the pole and the reach around.
Whoa.
But he wasn't getting to the ball anyway. And that's those ones where, like, when the ball's running out towards the corner, that was a heavy touch. Ogonkwo has to come as McLean put his foot through it. That's over in the corner, and there's no goal scoring opportunity, but it just happens to be in the box on the far right side that they end up calling the foul, and it goes for penalty. I'm like, why? If the ball's rolling out of play, sure, it was a foul, but don't call garbage like that. And that was the same thing. 3 minutes plus added time, and I can't see more than a minute, maybe two. Long run, Aguilera, right-hand side, 18 yards out, looking for an opportunity. McLean stepping out. Well done defensively to get to that. Stuffed and cleared. Marty Gras. That's the positivity you want. Free kick. We are wearing them down. What happened there? The ball dead? Is there a problem with the ball? I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Drop ball, and who gets the drop ball? Oh, did the second ball come into play? So they were just all that was happening in the middle of the screen. I don't know, Brendan, if you saw that, is there was just a battle between two players, and I don't think that there was enough to call a foul. It would have been one of those ones that was too late. And I don't know why they get the drop ball.
Depends on when he blew the whistle.
No shots on target, only one shot attempted. Like, we're going for the 0-0. Take the single point and let's go home. Ooh. Through the back of him. Another dangerous tackle, this time by Longman. No foul, no card.
Come on, let's go in 0-0 here. Let's not.
Yeah, minute left until we find the added time. I think it'll probably be 2. We've had a couple of players go down just for brief moments as Nelly stabbing around, and well done by Thomason to be able to get.
Look at how far their keeper is out. God almighty.
O'Shea over to Walton. I'm not sweating yet. I don't know how you guys are. It's kind of we were kind of expecting this one. Jaden, left-hand side.
18-yard box, stabs through in the middle of the box, collects it again. Now he's 19 yards out and in a dangerous territory. Left foot, Ogonkwo gets it. He should have done better with that. Glad he made the stop, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that had enough pace on it that he should have been able to collect that and eat it.
He doesn't trust his hands sometimes to catch the ball.
Nobody was there to block it. He was down in the right position. Shaun is all for the positivity. Right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side, close to the net, 6 yards, and Ogonkwo, the overhand tomahawk right hand, thump, and punch that out 30 yards out. Well done. Well done. Danger into the area, headed up. Scream for a handball, big shout for a handball, but nothing given, and it'll be a throw-in for them. You're going to have to watch this on the replay. Left-footed cross swept in, head there. Maybe. Did it get the back of his head or did it get his left arm? I'm not sure. That was kind of that hand to God that we got the penalty for before, where it went up and had both hands up. And this time it went the other side. There's the whistle. That's the first half. 1 minute fast half, and we're sitting 0-0 with what we kind of expected. We go defense. We try to keep it 0-0, and they've got their weapons on the bench to bring them forward, and we've got weapons as well. Brendan, summarize that one for me.
Yeah, I mean, they were a good team. We obviously set out a lineup to be defensive and only counter. You're not going to expect to get a lot of those opportunities. We had a couple and just didn't make good on them. So, yeah, I'm okay with this. Play them close and then figure out how and when you want to take your shots by doing a couple subs.
Yeah, and Stephen saying we can nick this. Charles saying I dare say this was a pretty good half in his opinion. Stephen, I think because we've gone with the defensive lineup for exactly this purpose, right? DeAndre exceeded my expectations. Man, we are the feel-good bunch. Do I want to look at the stats or do I want to just look around the league? I don't know. But I mean, let's bring up the stats and have a look at it. Nobody's going to be happy on either side, really, to be completely frank. Certainly for us, we're at 0.02 on the XG. Yikes! They're at 0.18. Not doing much better. That was the first half of let's go out there and just waste some time, and then we'll get after it here. Come the 60-minute mark. Mr. Martin with the gift membership, much appreciated again. For your continued support and everything. It goes on with us. Total shot 7-1, shots on target 3-0. Nobody had a big chance or big chance missed. We've been somewhere around the 350, 380 mark for passes. We're well below that. 73% accuracy. XG for them almost largely entirely from play. They've had some corners. To be fair, 3 of them. And to have 3 corners and then your XG off of the set play to be 0.02, not exactly what they want to be. So long may that continue into the second half. The only thing we're winning defensive stats, to be fair, and that's because they're coming at us and the much discussed touches in the opposition box. 11-1. If we can look at positivity on a go forward, Sam Smith with the Battle of O'Shea has looked like it's had some potential options. And if Windass can make it the first touch, there's still opportunity. Correct, Brendan?
What was that last thing you said?
Is there still opportunity? I mean, I was talking about Windass he's been struggling with his first touches.
I mean, I know Steven's saying we don't look like a playoff team. I mean, we're consciously playing it on the defensive side and planning to counter. They've had opportunities, they've had okay pressure, but they haven't had awesome shots. They haven't had opportunities where you're like, wow, thank goodness AO is an incredible keeper. I mean, nothing is overly fantastic. that they've done. They're
it's
obviously quite good, and we chose to play them this way. And the game seems to be running as you'd expect. Keep it close. Hope for your counter opportunities. I mean, you were spot on. Windass playing a little bit better on his first touch, and we probably get some decent chances. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with this. You can decide to try to win a game 1-0 and not try to win the game 7-6, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a strategy.
This conversation reminds me, I think it was the Middlesbrough game that we were talking about, where they were looking to break us down through the center of the box, making not shots through the box, but passes to open or quasi-open men to try and find that loose player to be able to put something easy into the back of the net, rather than just having a crack from 16 yards, 18 yards, 20 yards out. And Ipswich, to a degree, is doing that. I think not as good as Middlesbrough did it against us, but that similar sort of break you down and find that extra pass for the easy goal. And it's when it happens, you sit there and scream, "Oh my God, why didn't that defender end up knocking that ball down or picking up that player or making that tackle or whatever?" So that's the danger component and the risk for me. But you're right. They haven't really got close to doing it. I don't know. It's Stephen saying he saw Windass trip over his feet at least twice. Steve with another batch of subscriptions, much appreciated for that. And Dave saying we're 5th in the last 13 matches and drawing against an incredible home team. So we will be okay. The XG is comical. It's low, that's for sure. I just want to might as well look around the table and see what's going on. Middlesbrough, everybody in the middle of the table or bottom of the table winning, losing 1-0 to Oxford United at home. And for Oxford United, trying to push on away from Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich, Sheffield United. That's an interesting outcome. Rainy day in Stoke City, maybe not. Leicester City up 2-0 on Stoke. Hull City 1-1. Preston's that's already lost. Bristol City, they already win. 3-0 today against Swansea. And Derby doing Derby things. Up 1-0 against Watford. So it's interesting how these generally hold in the manner in which they're holding. We're not going to gain much. And it's going to be, but the top of the table is going to come closer to us, and the bottom of the table is going to push further away from us. So, this with a win, we're at least going to get to 12th and past Charlton. But it's not looking like it's going to be a massive jump. As Leicester is winning ahead of us, Birmingham winning ahead of us, Derby winning.
If Derby can draw, if the Watford Derby game draws, then we make another.
And I think the only team really doing us a favor right now is Portsmouth.
If we were to win this, though, we're 24 in Hull in the playoffs at 26. I mean, you have 4, 5, and 6 would be at 26 points. We would be at 24 points. We would be 2 points out of potentially 4th place, not counting goal difference, right?
Yeah, it's the leapfrog day. It's the leapfrog day. That's exactly where you want to set yourself up, because you get to 24 points, and depending on what happens around the table, you can expect it's still going to be the slope line. But you put together a couple of wins, and you're playing the teams that are ahead of you to try to leapfrog them, right? 24 points here knocks one past Ipswich, and you jump over them in the table, although they have a game in hand. But 3 points in this league are absolutely expletive massive. As the rain comes down in Ipswich, that looks ugly. That looks like that cold, ugly downpour that we want to be stuck in. Coming up for us, you've got NFA away with the women tomorrow. Next week for the women, the return match to the Rock with Swansea. As it looks like they had to stitch in the high traffic areas around the goal to clean that up, and a whole bunch of electrical work and a whole bunch. And my question about that is, did they do their due diligence? Or was that a discovery? Are you not allowed to do your due diligence when you buy a commercial property or a pitch? I would have assumed that would have been known before and immediately dealt with as soon as they got in there. The pitch is
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to send out a home inspector, you look at the buildings, right? And you don't look at the pitch, right? Like the problem was is
But you
someone
can
had
see the
walked up-
pitch.
What?
But you can see the pitch. Oh, there's a one from Dave. Snoop, Mindy Kaling expected to be in attendance at the Cosm for the Wrexham Swansea match. Tickets at $16, and I'm assuming that's Cosm LA. That'd be fun to go there. Andrew says I would say no, they didn't do their due diligence. And maybe it's just one of those issues. Look, we have an opportunity to pay this money sight unseen. We're comfortable doing it because we just need to get this thing into our hands. And maybe that's what it was. But and then they had to, okay, what are the warts on this thing? But you've had access to the facility. Even as a leaseholder or license holder, whatever their legal role was, it just seems fascinating to me that seemed to be an unexpected surprise for the club. And it didn't make any sense. And yeah, John, you just read my mind with your post. I think that came out at the same time as you were typing it. Is that would make some sense? That's the women's game, the Wrexham, the men's game, December 19th. Dare I give my birthday? Because I'll just say that's going to be my birthday. I'm the day before that game. It'll be my birthday. Not that I'm celebrating those anymore.
Well,
my kids are.
Welsh Techie had sent us a pregame video of their warm up from where he was sitting. Let me just try to see if I can plug that in Discord.
Throw that in. I got to turn on my live so I can watch it here.
1 second. He just gave us a nice shot of the stadium. So
what's on the left there? The map. Is that a
I don't know those big rooms in the corners there. That's interesting, huh? That right there.
It's I went robotic.
Huh.
Did I get lost? Super robot noise.
Sorry.
I think we're back.
Yeah, I think we're back.
I love it's the byproduct of the UK being fans and in love with football since the 1800s, late 1800s, I guess. Is you get these sort of patchwork stadiums where you can see it's clear that it went up this stadium, this stand at one time, this stand at another time. Hey, we're going to throw something in the corner, or we're not going to knock down this building. Steve, thank you, my friend, for the. We can also imagine if Stoop is there, that the likes of Will Ferrell, Channing Tatum, and Hugh Jackman could also make an appearance. If you have an opportunity to grab tickets and you're in the LA area, feel free to go and let us know who all is there. Lamar, hello. I can't wait for the cop to be finished so that we can also see what's the next step. And I assume that it's going to be the Yale end.
No, they said Lager. They're talking Lager now.
Oh, okay. Well, same. Oh, Wrexham Lager. Is that the tech end?
No, they're talking the long Lager stand.
Yeah, that's the Wrexham Lager. That's the Yale end historically. I believe it was Yale College. Yale College.
With the car park right behind it in the building, the student stuff. Sorry, my bad. I didn't understand.
The joy of it having 1,000,001 names too is the passage of time. Team looks rough on offense without Morikawa. Laura, I don't think it's just Morikawa. Look, like we put out a defensive first, and Brendan identified this at outset, and I agree with him. Is we put out a defensive first lineup, they put out a defensive first lineup. Other than, I guess, Jaden, to me, is the best player on the pitch at the moment. So we knew it was almost like this was going to be a race to the end of the first half. And now they'll ask on these guys to maybe open it up a little bit for the next 15, 20 minutes, and we'll start to get a changeover. The race course is going to look funny when the cop is swank and huge and everything else is small and old and dated. Yeah. And hopefully now that they've gone through the process and they've got, once they get the cop up, they see it, that the next development component of the stand isn't going to take forever to get through everything. Do it quick. You've already got the labor in place. Who's our first subs in? Should I run that as a poll? If you were to make your subs right now, Brendan, who are you feeling?
I don't know. If Longman keeps getting beat, you might have to bring in. Would Barney be better? I mean,
I think it's Windus. And clearly, I've been talking about the cop because I go to
Thomason has a yellow. Why not bring in O'Brien?
Yeah, so do two at the top. Barney coming in wouldn't shock me and wouldn't disappoint me by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, I'm with you. We could go with O'Brien for Thomason, Hardy for Windass thing early potentially. It probably won't happen, but and I guess if you're going to bring Hardy on with Broadhead being your other option up front, it's probably Hardy will come on for Smith late. So if you're going to bring them in, maybe bring them at the same time. Denise is screaming Barney. Broadhead to me is a 80th minute, and this is horrible potentially for me to say. The guy's got so much creativity and capacity, but he just doesn't apply it.
Work ethic shit.
Shoot him out of a cannon at 80 minutes and just say you've got 10 minutes plus to just go and run your ass off, and maybe that's what his role is.
Yes, Matty James is on the bench, Charles.
Of the midfielders, I'd put Ashfield as my second preferred off. I actually would like him to come on with Matty James. That's not an insult to Matty James. Assuming that we're tied or behind. If we're ahead, Matty James is off. We're underway. Sorry I didn't make that one for you. Brendan caught you off guard. I'll give you some updates. It's now Ipswich going from right to left and Wrexham from left to right as Sam Smith keeps that in bounds. Dobson nudges it forward and Windass comes back and just smashes it off of the defender. What's with everybody with the We Shall Overcome stuff? Do we have to grab the song and play it? We shall overcome. Starting to feel the same way, but this time we've got Jaden on this side. Dangerous. Why? What was that save? I mean, I'll take it. He stopped it, but that was one of the more awkward saves. It was almost as though he was he moved over and just was like, I don't need my hands for this. I'm going to block it down with my chest and my legs instead of reaching out and grabbing the ball. I don't think it had that much pace on it, but Ipswich coming out with some opportunity and some shots here. Davis over to Jaden on the left-hand side, 19 yards, crossbar, post, asking a question, and O'Donnell goes up, collects, and goes down. Brendan, did you see that save, and do you have an explanation for it?
No, I did not. I was looking at. I just saw.
Here, they're showing the replay here. He was there. He had the opportunity to get his hands on it, but it was almost like, look what I can do without my hands. Oh, you know what? Maybe what it was is when it skewed between those two players, he thought it was going to be going over further to the left. He could just.
I just got I saw a thing about Doran leaving the women's team. So.
Nice tackle. Dobson with the stab. I'm sorry, I missed that, Brendan.
Doran, defender for the women's team, has left the team.
Oh, really? Any reason why?
It said mutual. So
Bounced off a Longman in a zone all the way back. He got tackled through the legs by Longman. There seems to be more pep in the step in this one from both sides. No,
yeah,
it's like they shook hands at the start of it.
yeah. Now we're gonna go for it.
And some more bite is there's Sheaf picking up a yellow card through the back. Long-term injury. Oh, that's unfortunate. Matsusiwa gets run through here. Yeah, that's a yellow card. And why release her if she's on the rehab? Sheaf is going to be red. You feeling it, John? It is like they had a gentleman's agreement. Okay, everybody, we're just going to, have a kickabout in the first half, and then we'll really go after it in the second. If it's been 3 minutes, there's certainly more opportunity all over the place than there was in the first half of this one. Throw in for us, left-hand side. If you're looking at the yellow, so she's picking up one, so he's got a yellow. Thomason's got yellow. I thought there was a third. I missed the yellow card. See it being posted. Hyam, left-hand side, found McLean, holds up, has Thomason, decides to go with Sheaf as the out. Sheaf, long ball, searching forward, too much for Smith. He can't get there. Right idea, too much weight, too heavy through the ball, and it just runs harmlessly through the rain, pouring down. I was wrong the first time and the second time, but we'll score in the third. There's the next three. But just keep saying it. You'll be right eventually.
Bryn is letting us know that Smith doesn't like rain. Is there a bunch of people on the team that do like rain?
Well, sometimes you find players that end up, performing better in certain. So I wouldn't be surprised there's I think a player like O'Brien who loves the ball at foot rather than thumping it through, his quality could end up helping him out.
My goodness.
You can see the ball dying here on the ground, right? It's starting to rooster tail. At least that's what we call it in Canada when the ball's, you can see the water coming off of it. It's a right foot. That's a handball on them. That's hit their hand. Why was that not a handball? And then it left it there for them to have an opportunity. I was like, well, that's a handball. That's a foul. That's going to be a yellow for them. Was I the only? Did you see that?
Yeah, he had his arm up. I don't know why they didn't call it.
Okay. Yeah, right. It hits his right hand and it goes right in front of him, and Ogunko gets called on to make the save, and no call from the official.
Oh, what are they doing
saved by AO. Man, if that would have gone back on the net,
linesman might have called it out or something. It looks like they're addressing it, right?
So is he giving a card for the handball now?
I don't know.
Because I don't think it was an intentional one. Handball and just played advantage. Robson through the middle, opportunity. Oh, come on, you looked the wrong way.
Well, to be fair, there were two open blue shirts that he passed to. So.
But if Sam would have looked the other way, he had the option to curl that route.
I know.
I think he ran away from the ball and threw the other way. The refs always getting on our nerves. That was a fascinating one. But kudos to Ogunko for making the mistake and not making it an issue, right? That's one of those ones where you see the handball. Sometimes people let up because it's so obvious and apparent. But he did his damn job and just stopped the ball anyway. Chief is trying to wrestle the thug title from Dobson. Dobson, our little cherub. '50th minute. Hey, the game's getting some more excitement here. The rain's coming down. The players are picking up the effort. It's getting scrambly and muddy and messy. And well done. Longman beating his man Davis. Davis treating him like a Clyde horse. Grab onto the reins, pull that jersey, and hold him back. Britt, are you watching on iFollow or on
Paramount?
Because on Paramount, well, Bryn's in Canada, so I assume he's on iFollow. Because I was actually disappointed they don't have the games loud enough. Oh, fine, give him credit. Ogonkwo with the restart, 52 minutes and 45 seconds. As it bounces over, that's that one where you let it hit the ground, you deal with danger, and now they've got it as Windass in the corner, cross, and not far enough is just easily collected. That, to be fair, I don't know what he would have done there. When they say goal kick because it went behind the line, I don't know what he could have done in that circumstance as the ball could have popped out in the corner. Only option. Spin, thump, pray. Right? Stupid people on the opposing side doing their stupid jobs. Siwa Thomason out there trying to take it from him, gets pushed through. Taylor looking for the far side to find Jaden. Longman's there, heads it away from danger. Clearworth and puts, oh, wow. Not a good first touch and looked to put it right onto Jaden's boot. Fortunately, he had a bad touch too in the surprise. Now it's coming again. I was going to say, Akbal's looking to go to ground and Clearworth just gets forward, nice tackle, but not clear. You've got to do a better job than that. Just over top of the net. Thomason with the failed clear. To be fair, he's on the yellow. Maybe he couldn't have stabbed forward on Agley on that circumstance, but the clearance put us in danger. Didn't get a tackle. It gets right footed up over top. Yeah, so your game must have the audio louder because it is quiet in the Mark Griffiths one. We'll talk offline about what options you're finding. Let the club know. Boycotting for reasons. This is no bueno. It was just a momentary blip in the matrix. We're back on board now. Now that our heart rate's going, what the fuck? Chief just gives it to Akbom, and here they come. Akbom 30 yards out. Gets over to the right-hand side. Agley going across. All the way forward. That's Davis. Switches it off the other side on a cross, and we were lucky that it ended up on the foot of the left back who can't pass. Game control, Brendan. If you're doing game management and you've now seen this for 5 minutes, what are we doing? It's a cup of coffee. Thanks, Dave. Or something stronger.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's timed. I don't know, Brendan, thoughts?
I think these guys are still doing pretty good. I mean, 56 minutes. I think you can wait to the 60, 65th.
Okay. Maybe Thomason can, with his yellow, can come out. Longman looking to try and win that one. Heads it straight up. No red jersey around, so it's picked up. Dobson trying to steal it off of Taylor. Can't get to it. It's all, bad first touch option here. And it's smashed off a Windass. Can he get to it before it goes out? Gets it to go for a throw rather than a goal kick, and I guess that's worth something. If I must, John. Kahlua with my coffee. If I must. Nice effort, Wayne. Just wondered where you were. We've got the fourth official holding the sign for subs. Oh, that's a foul. Thank you very much. I mean, straight into his ankles while he was running past with Sheaf. not much into it, but he literally tripped while it was in the air. That reminds me, you ever had one of those bikes where you're spinning the tire and you just stick like a pole into the middle spokes? Like that's what that was. It's just spinning and all of a sudden stops.
Yeah.
Score from
Right,
here.
I got Smith and Windoss back there. Okay. Oh, it better not be Dobson kicking it. Jeez.
It's Dobson. And Scar. No, it's not going to be Scar taking it. It's Dobson.
Jeez, that's not going to go well.
Well, you know he's not having a crack.
Now?
I believe. Oh, instead, he kicks it out to Longman, who then completely stuffs the cross. That was horrible. That was feet off the ground. And I don't know what, even if that didn't hit a blue kid, I don't know what player would have done with it. But he grabs it again. Redeem yourself with a better cross. He gets around Jade and gets it over to Max. Max, left-hand side, Sheaf, looking for options. We just don't have any creativity up front, and he loses the ball. And 2-on-1, going the other way on a missed tackle. Right-hand side. What a play by Hyam with the block on that greedy Akpom. I will tell you, for as good as Jaden has been, Akpom is an absolutely atrocious footballer. He's dived all over the place. He's had the handball opportunity and couldn't even score on that. He stuffs a 2-on-1 because he's a selfish prick. Love it. Keep him on for the rest of the game. And as I say that, Jaden has the ball. Someone tell me this is going to be okay. Grab a pillow, Deandra. Hold on tight. Buckle up, and we're going to see as it's into the area to Akpom. Instead, it gets knocked away and cleared. That was Hyam that was brilliant defensively, and that was Akpom whose eyes lit up. And he's a 7.2. I think he's had a horrible game. Tell me one good decision that Akpom has made today. Hey, a turnover for Ipswich, and we have the ball. This is awesome. Sorry, I'm starting to get sarcastic, get a little bit frustrated. We just can't go anywhere with it.
Hey,
we're
tell Deandra we just made 4 passes.
Deandra, it's only taken 20 minutes before for us to find it. But yes, 4 passes in a row. Longman knocks it down. I feel like the count on Sesame Street. 3 good passes.
3
4
passes.
5 good passes.
Well done, sir.
Now we got Chief with it. We're at 7 passes. 8. Let's keep this going. Watch this go in the back of the net as we celebrate. Longman, what the flying hell was that? Barney, looking for you. You can stand up now.
There you go.
Sign.
Subs coming in, 60th minute.
I'm smiling while I'm saying it. I'm smiling.
Oh, Derby just got another one. I was looking for a score in that game, but I was looking for Watford.
Interesting. No Barney. All right. But hey, we have subs in the 60th minute. Dear Phil Parkinson, thank you.
O'Brien in. Yes.
There needed to be an injection and doing your thing. So, Chief on a yellow out for O'Brien. It's not Barney. It's Matty James. He must be coming in for Thomas. So, both of our yellow cards out. So, it's a little bit more offense now through O'Brien.
Yeah.
Freshen up the middle.
I just saying I picked O'Brien first sub. So
61 minutes, 29 plus added to go. Walton with it gets us restarted. Scar heads it away. O'Brien through the middle, left-hand side. Matty James is assuming his normal role, playing in the back of the triangle. Dobson on the right side. O'Brien in his normal role on the left. Matty James over to Kluwer. That's a tough pass to deal with. Longman deals with it. I see a good pass to Matty James. Matty James in a battle, beats 2 men. Well done. Lifts it up over top and just too heavy. But you know what? He gets it hands up. Enough for him to deal with. He beats 2 men. 1 shot, nothing in half. 1 touch in the opposition box. I will take a draw. But man, if you can smash and grab this would be the definition of a smash and grab. We just need a goal, please. Smith was offside on the ball that was 40 yards away from our own goal. Matsusaiwa. Nice little tackle by McLean. Everybody screaming for a handball. It's just going to be a throw-in. Denise, right where we want them. 17-1 touches in the box. That's just them being overzealous. We are due for a smash and grab. Let's get it. Long diagonal, well done. Puts it to his own boot, passes it forward for Dobson, takes it off the shoulder. He scoots it forward, and Jade kind of rescues that one. Now there's a bad run. And well done. Star with the stab tackle, but Jade, he's a vacuum. Just a magnet. The ball finds him everywhere he goes. Taylor, 19 yards out. Grabs it on Dobson, nothing there. Matty James deflects it forward, screams for support. You can't expect the forwards to get that far back all the time. Yellow card. Matsusipa with the yellow for reaching around and grabbing. Mark got excited, thought that was a second yellow. I wish for once we could have an easy not have to worry the whole 90 minutes. I can see the halo. Sorry. Yeah, the counter punch subs are coming in. Azon out, so this is going to be more danger up front. Hurst and Clark. Kind of scary when you're like, and now meet our leading scorers. Oh, but the good news, they pulled Jaden off. That's nice. That's good news.
Happiest guy in the stadium is Longman.
Well, except you're answering with the guys who are leading them in goals, right? So are you really celebrating? Let me just confirm that it's what I believe it's. Waiting for the low. Clark and Hurst after Jaden. They're the next two starting players with the goals. Or the next two highest players with goals, 6 and 5. Yeah, see, John, I don't have to worry about that for 3 p.m. games because I get Mr. Griffiths. Whoa. Opportunity here. Sam Smith into the box. Smashed and well blocked. Let's score. Smash and grab. McLean cross all the way over. It's loose and Windass. He wasn't expecting it. It should have been either of 2 or 3 blue players get a stab at it, and instead it doesn't happen. It's loose, and Walton has to come out and grab it. That was fascinating because if Windass, that's one of those ones where you're like, well, that's not going to end up coming to me, and then it beats both of those and lands right on his feet, and he wasn't ready for it. Look at all those touches in the box.
You have a new favorite team now.
It would have been entirely inappropriate. I'm going to tap myself on the back myself. Substitute. Taylor, left-hand side, looking for Clark, who's filled in for Jaden on that side. Advances it forward, and that's going to be the new player up front. Hurst, who I've said way more than Azon almost already, is now he's had his name mentioned twice. All the way back, and they've got their back line all the way forward. So they're starting to really push up. They have O'Shea 40 yards away from goal. Well, back danger. There's the blast, and Ogonquo knocks it down and collects it.
Well, Windust loves chipping over keepers. So
They're moving forward. We got them right where we want them.
yeah.
I mean, look at how far forward. They're two center backs, Keeper and O'Shea. Like they're 33, 35, 40 yards away. Even there, midfield. And Walton all the way out, too. He's now 30 yards out. Derby up 2-0 on Watford. Rum thumping the heck out of Norwich 4-1. Leicester, Stokes got one to get back into that one. Middlesbrough has tied it up with Oxford. And we're going to get a corner here after Hyam knocks that one away. Okay, you can't. You got no clothes on. You put that on. Okay. Here, you want help?
No. You can keep it.
Okay, can you go snuggle with Mama? Okay, thanks. I will make sure nobody takes this. Right-footed. This is the substitute Clark, a right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side. Don't need it memorialized in posterity of my naked 3-year-old running around on the street. Do I? Children. Here comes outswinger, danger headed, and well done. Akpom again can't get it done. Streaker.
That's a way. We give up too many great opportunities on set pieces.
But if you were to say there's like that's nowhere even close, and he was open, like he had space there as McLean fell and hit the deck.
There's Broadhead for all you.
Broadhead on.
Should get a good 50 seconds here.
Why are we not bringing Barney in? Not a solid game by Windus by any stretch of the imagination. DeAndre's still looking for comfort. Someone tell me everything's going to be okay. 20 minutes plus added time for the smash and grab as Smith collects it in midfield. Moves bad pass over long. I wasn't even close. And then he gives it away, and Sam Smith recollects it. So let's do something here, lads. Woolworth up forward, Matty James searching. You can chip up over top for a Broadhead who's running forward, knocks it down, looking to collect. Can't do it. Dobson's going to leave it for him. Broadhead, right hand side. Here's Dobson, Longman. Support. Oh, Dobson saw Broadhead through, but didn't quite get the pass. It was against interrupted off the ankle of an Ipswich player, and they're going to now pass forward, or at least slowly and methodically build forward. There's your good. Thank you, Denise. Matty James with the standing tackle, and the guy's just that Akpom just laying on the ground trying to get his so. Come on, you guys. Broadhead. Tackle with Keeper, loses the ball, comes with Sam Smith, and a heel drop down. I don't know if there was anything in that. Kluwer with it. I don't think there was anything in it. Longman gets past Clark. Dobson, a little bit of added possession from us because Matty James and Dobson are just playing catch back and forth on the side. The tide is turning. Smash and grab. Matty James. When this happens, let the headlines read that this was a Phil Parkinson masterclass for sitting back and I'm going to put my defensive guys up. They're going to settle everything down, and then we're going to come at you later, right? Is turning, John. We still have the ball. Oh. I haven't even looked outside today. Cloudy and rain will come. not raining at the moment. Just Kluivert has it, loops it up. Smith tries to get it. How does Smith, who's a solid 6 inches smaller than both of those guys there, how is he able to get through the gap and get that one? O'Brien tries to do the takeaway. Again, O'Brien on the run. The challenge is up, and there's the ball forward, and it's a bad one. Deep pressure on the keeper, but we're not able to maintain control. But well done on O'Brien for taking that opportunity. And yeah, gives a free kick. Weak call. Keeper with it. Clark, left-hand side, dances around Dobbs towards the center of the pitch. Over to Matasaiwa, now on the right-hand side. Furlong advances it forward. Egley crossing in. Oof. I don't know who out in that header. Who did that hit? Was that us on a clearance? One of those ones where you can't figure out what happened in this Kluivert. He was trying to advance it forward, got it on the wrong side of his noggin, and it's going to be a corner from the left-hand side. Their left-hand side for Ipswich, so this will be a right footer, I'm sure, for Clark off that side. The Jaden substitute, one of their they score a lot off their left wing, apparently, whether it's Jaden or it's Clark. And then the referee's going to become the headmaster, the principal, and come in, finger is going. Mr. Oh, he wasn't going. He was going back. And Kipre, you too. Play nice. And here we go. Clark, right footer, low, flat, to near post, and it's diving by Dobson to clear it away. It'll be a throw in 35, 40 yards out. Nunez, and who's the other one? Nunez. Well, Taylor, and to be fair, he hasn't really done much today for me. For Cayuste. Jens Lins Cajuste. Okay, it's French. Not. And Akpom. Damn it. It's substitute. Yeah, Windass came off when for Brody.
Broadhead.
Broadhead, yeah. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Do they call him Brody or Broad? Brody.
Brody.
No.
Brody. Probably Broad.
Broadhead. Brody. Somebody in Wrexham, let me know if you guys keep the phonetics the same, because I've actually only ever seen it written down. One window left, John. The other window, I don't know whether it's just one or not. That was that's Brody came in by himself. Opportunity here. Broadhead forward, all by himself. Player in coming from behind. The three players that just had to walk. Nunez. You're saying now the break is on. We've got 8 jerseys back. Certainly somebody can step out and before the blue jerseys come downhill on us, right? You know you have time. Somebody communicate. It'll be a throw. How do we have – that's a 3-on-8. And we just let them have blue jerseys out us in the wave there. Yeah, we have one window left. Correct. It seems odd in coverage. Like if I'm a midfielder and I recognize that it's 3-on-8, I'm stepping up on the ball carrier and trying to force a pass so and something. Our third official on the line out, making sure they take this in the right spot. Like 2 yards away, going short. Hey, we're playing. Icky guys. Right now, this Kluivert off to clear everything. Longman goes up, he gets jumped into. And that's just bad angle into the man in the air. Whiplash. That's more of the less than the contact, but more of the angle. Like he jumped like a solid 4 or 5 feet through the air by the time he left his feet. Right? Didn't torpedo it. You can't make that much of the game. Go up close to 90, right? 15 minutes plus added time. Stop faffing about. I love that I had to get educated on what the difference between faffing and faffing was. This is a proper stadium. Oh, he broke through. O'Brien, Broadhead. I would have liked O'Brien to keep that a little bit longer. And here they come again. So now it's 4-on-3. This is more dangerous. 5-on-5 now, left-hand side. And Max Clueworth, you sexy soul. I haven't told you lately that I love you. I do. Just a clean, tidy tackle, and it alleviates the pressure. Is that just looking dangerous? 5-on-5. Andrew, is your heart okay? Because I'm starting to turn into a worry wart like you are. The emotions picked up. Dobson with it. No. Ryan, hell was that? Down the curve, downhill, 3-on-3. Left foot and Dobson saved by Okonkwo. That was one of the worst passes we've seen as he just goes right across the middle of the pitch and puts it onto a Gelly's foot. Well, who was he going? Oh, it hit something. It did hit somebody. On that replay, it looked like it. I didn't see it on the live, and I had that through the lines. So, but far. Opportunity offside. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I got an Ipswich roar from the crowd, and I don't know why. I was busy watching the crowd, had to run back. I don't care what you were warned of, Briggs. Whatever you were warning of, it's not happening. John, now we know where he can run when he's offside. Into the area, Nunez, one of the substitutes with it, dancing around. McLean, Heim, Nunez. They say it went out, and they're well done. McLean, in combination with Hyam, had Nunez shut down, and he ended up, while dancing, walking the ball out. Didn't have gone up by much. Yeah, just barely. Can hear the Wrexham fans singing. Uh-oh. Football in a library. Thank you, Broadhead. Nice little tackle there. A little dance and spin. Gets knocked out. We'll take the throw. John, if you ever want to look at Canadians, what we're all about, we're those polite people. We always say we're sorry until somebody does wrong by us, and then you'll be sorry. Is how we operate. So we have that evil. If you don't believe me, look up World War II and Canada's involvement. We didn't play by the rules. In fact, we made them make rules. Framed out by Mr. Scar, and that's going to go for an Okonkwo kick with 9 minutes left. And are we just settling in to try and just take the point? Haven't heard of the Geneva Convention? Otherwise known as how to control those Canadians in at wartime. Yeah, we weren't the most positive. Wow, you're narrowing the time. John's down to 2 minutes. Dobson with it into a battle, can't knock it down and control it. Against spun over, and Ipswich is going to come on us as Furlong has it. He's got Nunez to his right. He's just continuing to run with it. Nunez now has it, draws it back. Oh, that was a nice little play on the touchback pass. The Ipswich player wasn't anticipating it. Now we've got a potential break. O'Brien with it. Matsasi was all the way back. It was a 2-on-1. He's got to push it forward, trying to get it to Smith. Run there, sir. Gets control of it. O'Shea into his back, and he runs it out, and that's a throw-in for them. We got a corner? I thought that went out for a throw. I mean, I've got a horrible angle as everybody else has to run the opposite side of the pitch. I was near freaking certain that Sam Smith lost control of that and went out. As it stands, we'll get a corner. This is where we score. and Ipswich fans lose their mind on Twitter as they show picture after picture after picture of that ball going out and not being called by the lino and the official. Right? Exactly. Matty James, right-footed, in-swinger coming from the left-hand side. Max Blueworth standing 6 yards out. We can identify where he's at. It's up, it's flat, and it's too far, and it's headed out. Long and just put it back into the mix. McLean lost control of it. Now he's delivered it into the box. That's headed away. I believe that was a deep breath. Well done. Collected again. Now it's all the way over. We got red kit all in there. We're lots of offside. A little bit. Broadhead. Into the abyss, Longman. Let's send it. Takes on Clark, and Clark frames him out. And Longhorn. Treats him like a steer? I don't know. Long one. Drags him to the ground, and here comes the third window for Ipswich. McAteer, Casey on this. They've stepped up, and they're going more forwards, trying to find a way to get 3 points. Is brought back to Walton, and here comes Ipswich. 6.5 plus added time.
Nice. Hardy getting a shot, finally.
Did you see Hardy with kickoff? Is he ready? Going in?
Yeah. Here comes Smith.
Barney! Last window. Why not Barney? Longman left side, Barney right. Just one? Why? And that's our last sub. I mean, I'm okay with Hardy going on. I'm not taking away. And Sam Smith did his job today and deserves a round of applause. We've got 5 minutes left. Why not Longman on the left and tell him you stay back and play sort of like McLean is playing, and give Barney the opportunity on the right to go and take on Clark and see if he can beat him with a right foot. Throw it around. I read that wrong, Steve, the first time I saw it. I clicked it and put Hardy on. Ogonquo, 35 yards out to take a free kick, and he just – what the hell was that? They're going to get a throw near the corner flag. I don't know where he was at, what he was doing with that, unless he wanted to be like, we're going to put the press on. McAteer holding off his man. The substitute comes over. Lost ball. It has to be collected very dangerously by Davis. He had a man coming on him, so he gets it over to Walton. Kluwer's up too early. Dobson puts it up in the air. Broadhead, because he wasn't running, he was a mile off, and so he slowly jogs back into position. 2 shots to 2. So, that's good. I love you. Okay. We earned ourselves a corner there. Hardy. Himes my man of the match because he had that amazing tackle there, and I feel like he's had a couple of game savers. Or we just give it to the goal scorer right off this. O'Brien left-footed in swinger from the right-hand side. 86th minute. Going high, far post, and framed off. The Pops is going to collect and leave it. And then O'Brien's going to grab it, collect it, and this Clark guy is just eating up every loose ball. And now he's stopped and started. And now he's charged into. We were standing there. We were just standing there, sir.
He can't resist it. Like, he could have fouled him a mile back, and then he waits and follows him in a good position for a shot. I lost Shaun on the feed, so just give us a couple of minutes on that. I'm a little further ahead than Shaun is. I'm at 88, 13, 14. It's a penalty shot on a Dobson late trip, which is a standard operating procedure. They're a good, I don't know, 30.
I don't know what happened to me.
30 meters out.
I got punted. I don't think I've been punted from video before. Anyway, free kick is happening here from 32 yards as Dobson, or 30 yards. As Dobson should have got him on the first challenge and not the second. Left-footed, swept in, far post, danger. It's there, bangs it off of his back. And then the shot misses entirely on the left-hand side. Holy. Everybody was screaming for a handball, and everybody kind of was staring around, giving it up. And McAteer comes through and smashes it. It just misses right through the crease. I don't know. I actually know how you can, with that angle, miss. Was there a handball?
Yeah, it was. Hyam got hit in the back of the arm.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unnatural position. Let's watch this again on the other side.
Plus, he got hit like above the elbow. I mean,
hit behind the elbow while his arms are down. That's fine. But everybody sort of gave up and looked at it, and the only player still playing was McAtee, who puts his foot through it, and Jesus. How much out of time are we getting? 4 minutes? Even that, I think, is high. But recently, second half, Hardy, opportunity. Yeah, Walton comes out and collects that one. Everybody breathe.
They held up the time. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either when they held it up. I'm waiting for it to come up on the... Ogonko comes out and collects that one, and he's hitting the ground. He's happy with a single point, apparently. 4 minutes.
I called it a penalty kick, Em. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've taken a full breath since the second half started. 3.5 minutes to go. Kieran McKenna screaming for everybody to move forward. And a giveaway. Let's go. Dobson gives it away. Why? Gives it away to Clark. Their jitterbug has decided, you know what? I'm going to go over to the right-hand side and load it up over here. Well, blocked by O'Brien. Comes loose. Clark knocks it forward. 18-yard box. Dobson steps out. Did he step on a foot? Nothing given by the official. That would have been interesting territory just outside. It was one of those ones where they would have had to just smash it into the wall as Clark. Dangerous. And over. Flipped on. And Ogonko just easily collects it in his hands.
It's almost it's not worth saying bad passing today from Dabo. Like, isn't that 90% of his passes are bad?
He's just a bad passer?
He's just horrible at passing. He just hands them the ball often.
Oh, I don't think there was... I think... I'll update... stay with us after. I don't want to jinx anything. I just turned everything else off except for us. She's just 2 minutes left, and Clark is going to dance on Longman down the left-hand side, dancing through. Dobson picks him up. Now Matty James picks him up. Now Broadhead picks him out, and he's just running around with the ball. Gets it over. It's now Kipre. He's down the left-hand side. This is one of the subs thrown in through the middle of the box. 18 yards out, bounces around. Clark, 19 yards out, right foot. Blocked there by Mr. Star. Oh, boy. Now we're on a run. O'Brien with it. He's got Hardy. Nice little pass. Oh, just over top of him by like a foot and a half for Hardy. Don't give up, sir. And then Broadhead jogging in gingerly as the ball goes the other way. Minute and a half. There are a lot of blue jerseys forward. Well intercepted, knocked down. Hardy all the way back, cleared up. Max looking for options. Missed this forward pass to Broadhead, or Broadhead didn't put the effort in to go and get the ball. You call it 6-7. A minute left. Matusaiwa with it, advances it forward, 25 yards out. Opportunity here. Hurst, one of their leading scorers, he's got the ball, draws it back. And it's given back. Dangerous. And it's Matty James with the tackle and Dobson with the stab, saying to Mr. Hardy, go and chase it on against Mr. O'Shea. Beat him, sir. But he won't. Well done by the center back. And gave a free kick as O'Shea got stepped on. And it says, I'm running low on battery. I didn't realize I wasn't charged this time. And I'm not leaving now, but I might leave just as soon as we're finished here to go and get the charger from downstairs. Apparently my wife nicked it last night. Matty James with it. 20 seconds. We're going to get a free kick here. Okay, let's do it. We've got this is the last play of the game. And so we're going to be 35 yards out, 2 yards in from the goal side. McLean's going to take a left-footed swinger to try and find it. The ref blows a whistle, says hurry up, but we've got red jerseys all moving forward. Left foot delivery. It's there. Danger, all blue. Like, where was the red kit running with the mob? Nobody around, and there's the whistle, and it's a 0-0 draw. Portman Road, where in their last 29 championship matches, Ipswich have lost only one. Or sorry, last 30, only one. 29. What was it? It was 19 wins, 9 draws, and a loss. And so now you can make it in 19 wins, 10 draws, and a loss. And so I guess you have to say that that's a damn success. But Brendan, what's your take on that one?
A few people are saying they thought draw early. The two of us thought likely draw. Deandra did as well. We got what we thought. You know, we saw the lineup. We knew it was going to be defensive. We weren't going to be getting a lot of goals. We were hoping to get one on the counter. We had our shots. Didn't happen. I'm okay with it. Like, truthfully, we weren't gonna leapfrog anyone other than Charlton, I think, today. So we're still close. We're still scoring points. We're not losing. Drawing away to a good team is not a bad.
Is about as good. Yeah, I will take it. And the fans are there celebrating that point. That's got to feel like a win for us. And gritty from Mertland. That's the appropriate summary. Man of the match. I heard somebody say,
right? I mean,
I don't. I know. I gave it to Heim.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
He had, if he had like 3 good tackles, one of them massive. That if he wouldn't have got to it, I don't think anyone would have stopped them. Did Ogonko have himself a solid? Absolutely. He earned that clean sheet. That wasn't because he just sort of cakewalked his way through it. So to me, Kluwer and Ogonko are my options. But
yeah, he wasn't particularly challenged, but it's because he did the things right. Like, typically what happens is he doesn't punch a ball out, or he doesn't go get it, and then it gets dicey and he has to make an incredible save. And then you're like, oh, wow, Arthur's great. And you're like, oh, wow, it was really easy if he just walked out and knocked it away or caught it. And today he basically took care of business, doing all the things he doesn't always do. And he made it look easy.
So. Absolutely, and he deserves credit for that. He's had himself quite the hell of a season, and doing all and remedying what ailed him. So another draw going forward, and before we start to look around at the table, you guys are here. By you guys, I mean Deandra and yourself are here tomorrow with Butte Energy Cup Round 1.
Yeah, presuming
versus
someone puts a little
MFA.
thumbnail out there for us.
Oh yeah, I haven't made. I just haven't put it out there, so I'll do that here right away. For the men, we've got a Wednesday match at home against Bristol City before we see Blackburn Rovers, who looked good at times in their game against PNE. It was nice to be able to watch some of that, and then we turn around and place PNE the following Saturday, and I've lost.
Oh, we lost Shaun again. He's struggling today on his end. I'm going to skip the stats and go right to the table. Ipswich stays up where they are near the 8th spot, and we're at 14, 22 points. I guess we could have got ahead of Derby today because out of nowhere, Watford came back and scored 2 goals or 3 goals to beat them. That's amazing. So I didn't think they were in striking distance, but yeah, we could have hopped over them. We could have been up 11th, I believe. Yeah, could have been up at 11th, behind on goal difference. I guess we would have been +2. Yes, we would have been sitting in 11th place. But everyone's right here. Everyone's bunched together. I mean, Hull has 25 points, and we have 22. We're 1 game, 3 points, 1 win off that, and we would be sitting in we'd be sitting in 6th place. So yeah, I like where we are. It would be nice if we were a little further ahead, but definitely suitable. Can't believe they didn't call that handball on Ipswich there. Almost resulted in a tough goal. I will flip back to the stats. I was going to leave it for Shaun, but I don't know that he's going to get back. I'm sure he's rushing around to get the charger. It is just amazing when you look, and we have like we only lead in like missed chances, big missed chances. They had time of possession 63%. Their XG was 1.4. Oz was 0.05. We had 2 total shots. Amazing. Only 2 shots. They had 19, 8 on target. They supposedly had 2 big chances. They had twice the accurate passing than we did.
Wrap it up.
Are you back? Oh, there he is. He's going over the stats. Let's see what they. Oh, Arthur did finish. I knew he had the highest XG towards the end of the game there. 8.7 on Fought Mob. No, you're in. You're in. Go ahead. Take it. I looked at the table. I jumped to the table and then went back to stats. I was just trying to kill time. Yeah. He had some of the least fanfare out of all the signings, right? Like, I think I can hear you, but let me see. No one else can, Sean. 1 second. Hold on just a moment. Sorry, guys. 1 moment. Just gotta. When Sean disconnected and reconnected, it changed the feed and changed a bunch of stuff. There you go. Now you're back.
Am I
again.
back? I am
Yeah,
back again.
Sorry.
So let's go through this. DeAndre will have a summary. NFA should be a relatively easy one. Should be, but don't want to jinx it. But hopefully, DeAndre is going to be able to be comfortable after having the heart palpitate today. For the men, just the quick summary of things. We've got the game on Wednesday against Bristol City at home. Then we've got Blackburn on the Saturday, and then the following Saturday against PNE. So that's where things are at. And I was just saying, as far as the vote goes, and I know Algonquil's got 78%, but just to justify things as far as Hyam is what I said is you couldn't ask for more to be done from a defender. He was positionally, he was solid throughout the day. He made two or three good blocks, 2 or 3 great tackles. He framed people out so that the ball ran out for extra possession. The hustle was there when it needed to be. I don't think you can look at him and say he made anywhere close to a mistake today. And as a defender, that's exactly what you ask for. Is it sexy? Absolutely not. But it was the perfect game for a defender. And to my mind,
people calling out McLean's game as well. We didn't give that any praise.
Well, and he had the one good tackle coming down. I still didn't like his entries into the box with his left. He's a little overzealous. He doesn't have the pace. He had that ball down the left-hand side, and he just didn't have the wheels to take his man on, so he drew it backwards or tried to cut through the center to see if he could get something to open up. Wasn't there and had to draw it back. And so, yeah, did he make a mistake today? No. Did he make a brilliant defensive play? Yes. Did he do anything creative that would separate him and put him near the top? No.
But that's really the point is there was nothing happening on the right side of the pitch for Ipswich, and they were having plenty of success against Longman on the left, but nothing was happening through McLean's side. So
well, and I think that's partly the measure. Like you look at where their goals come from, they had 11 of their 16 or whatever it was goals that come through that left side, through Jaden and Clark, and that's who he was up against. Longman was up against on that side. If I was Ipswich Twitter, like Akpom to me, and it's one of the worst players that we've seen at this level. Like there was nothing redeeming about him. There was one other player that I can't remember who it was that I wanted them to stay on because it was almost like there was an extra player for us, and Akpom was that poor that it was almost like he was helping us because of his deficiencies.
They're going to be wearing out that was the worst team I've ever seen us play in this building line. That's going to be said 1,000 times.
But you go through, and I just want to, I don't know if you've been to the FOTMOB matchup center while we do the games, but this new feature of the injuries, and I don't know where they get their data because nothing in the UK is officially released, but they've, and I hope it's still there to be fair, but they identify all of the injured and suspended players. I mean, just let's go through chronological order. Kakache and Kiefer Moore are doubtful today, or were doubtful. So that means you can expect them back sometime here in the next little bit, right? After that, you've got to go. Brunt is in late January. Rodriguez is mid-January. Danny Ward is late January. Then you've got an Aaron James, yes, a defender and maybe cover for Cleworth if we're desperate, but not, more of a cup guy than anything else. He's out until February 2026. And then you've got Cannon, who's going to be basically the season, or they say late April, but that's the season. And Elliot Lee is late March. That's that's a bucket full of depth issues. The only one, and I'm glad that we did talk about, is one of the massive signings for Ipswich Town this year, Sammy Smodic. And if you remember him from the Blackburn Cup game last year, he throttled our team. He's been one of those players that has been earmarked as looking good all the time. And he's, I've got that right. It was Blackburn. Yeah. I mean, I'm just going off of memory, but he's looked solid all the way through. He's out for them until March 2026. So look, end of the day, yes, would we have much preferred to take 3 points, but sometimes you just can't get a little greedy. This is one of those ones where Ipswich takes down points at home, and they do it historically, and they will do it for the remainder of the season. And so I can't be anything but satisfied from the outcome of this one. As far as, I just kind of want to talk my way through the table before we sign it off. So we're at 14th. And that's going to, I guess, arguably feel like a step down.
We're 3 points off of 6th place at the moment.
That's what I mean. But now that you've dealt with Ipswich away, you've got that game against Bristol City coming up. That's the 4th place team in the table that sit at 26 points. You take that one, you jump up to 25, you hold them at 26. The rest of the table is going to get mixed results and split all over the place. And you do that against Blackburn, who's now sort of found their moxie, 4 wins in their last 5. Unfortunately, we're playing a team when they're hot, I guess, as it were. And then you've got PNE, who's in 5th place right now at 26 points. I think, and I'm sure this is to Bristol City and Preston fans, they'd be miffed by it, but I think that Ipswich Town is a far more quality side than Bristol City and Preston. And to take a point away at home, take away from home, I can't knock it. I can't knock it. So not the best performance, but take the point. Mike's got it exactly right. I'm going to end my speech for Chaim as man of the match. Doesn't gain any comfort with everybody else listening. It's Ogonkwo, who I think that's 3 in a row. Dave saying Chaim beat Ogonkwo with the save of the match.
Yeah, that was a great slide and save. Good call, Dave.
Yeah. Ipswich playing Hull City next, and I don't see them winning that on base today. Which, you don't see Hull City winning that or Ipswich winning that? I mean, to be fair, I thought Ipswich 63% possession, 19 shots, 8 on target, no real clear-cut chances. But I thought that there was still opportunity for them to find it and to get it. We had some good keeping when it was necessary. We had some great defense when it was necessary. But we take the point. We take the clean sheet. I will see everybody on Wednesday, for me personally, on the screen. Brendan and Deandra, come here, give some love to the ladies who are off to NFA. And yeah, Wednesday, Saturday next week. Much love and happiness. Enjoy your Saturday wherever you are. And I will get the thumbnails up. I've got 4 of them created, Brendan. So we'll see how many I can blast off as that is a wonderful start to a beautiful Saturday. Take care of yourselves. See you guys on. Any final thoughts, Brendan?
Nope. See everyone tomorrow that shows up for the women's game. Otherwise, Wednesday it is. Up the town.
Right. Have a good one, guys. See ya.